Here is the corrected and properly punctuated text in its entirety, retaining its long format. When two guys...
There's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black.
And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Did he have a casket ready for her before she even got sick?
Lost contact with him and really stopped, dealing with Puffy around 94.
Holy shit. Yeah. Any specific reason?
Yeah, they was doing their thing, I was doing mine. And, I'm not the partying type. You know what I mean? I ain't never been to a Diddy party. I ain't never really wanted to go. But I don't go to a lot of people parties. That just ain't what I'm in it for. You've been to one, you've been to another.
Guys and two girls were going out, Ice Cube pulled back the curtain on Diddy's shocking secret life and revealed how many major artists he has been involved with. This revelation is bound to shock many. The interesting part is that he's not the only person accused of such actions. Jaguar Wright, a figure known for her controversial statements about the music industry, has made a series of shocking allegations involving high-profile celebrities like Usher, Jay-Z, Diddy, and others. These claims touch on alleged exploitation, manipulative behavior, and harmful actions that she argues have been overlooked or silenced in Hollywood. Jaguar believes that if a victim were to come forward against Usher, it would challenge many public perceptions. She claims that Usher played a significant
Hell no! He's not good! And the simple fact that Justin Bieber literally made a public statement and said, Usher asked me to do the Super Bowl with him and I turned it down. Why would he turn it down?
role in bringing Justin Bieber into Diddy's inner circle, which she describes as
I feel violated right now. Wow.
Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
You guys never gave me the sex talk. Okay. So why don't you give me the sex talk?
I feel uncomfortable right now.
Oh.
Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird. Oh. Let's talk about the album.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
deeply concerning. Allegedly, Bieber's management tried to shield him from Diddy, but she states that once Usher became involved in managing Bieber, temporary guardianship was allegedly granted.
So these videos of Diddy with Justin Bieber when he was only 15 years old are resurfacing, and the one thing that I want to ask is, why was a 40-year-old hanging around with a 15-year-old? Why did no one think that was an issue or a red flag? And also, listen to what he says in this clip.
They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full, buck full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
This is literally the definition of grooming, and Justin, who was only 15 here, he was new to the industry and definitely very impressionable. Now that all these new allegations of Diddy have been exposed, it makes watching this video so much more disturbing. Now, this next video of Justin Bieber with Trey Songz and Odell Beckham years ago at one of Diddy's parties is questionable. I'm not going to say anything, but you let me know what you think you saw down here.
Collected, it wasn't for salacious. It was because if anything should ever happen to her, she wanted everyone to know where to look. Like, everything that she did was a flashlight to say, this guy is dangerous.
Is there anyone, or that you're aware of, who suspects foul play and disputes the official finding of this lobar pneumonia?
Yes.
Or as her cause of death?
Everybody. Everybody.
Every person. Pete Laura has questioned. I'm talking about people who are directly attached.
And everybody outside of that, I think.
And everyone has said it. Everyone knew it.
Everybody.
Bring us up to speed.
The simple fact
what are
that
the
her
main
gold
reasons?
casket was pre-ordered and ready for her demise before she got sick. Why does no one talk about that? Why did Diddy have a casket ready for her before she even got sick? That casket was waiting, ready for her corpse.
Let me ask you this, aside from that, very specifically, and Counselor Ariel, you will know this. Who was it who actually conducted the autopsy? Was there any follow-up? A forensic pathologist a la Michael Bodden?
That man is now deceased, and his findings were foul play.
The original, and then they had it go, welcome to downtown Miami. And then they had somebody else come in and determine it to be pneumonia. But there were two coroners who made reports at the time. The first was suspected foul play. Right.
According to Wright, Porter made copies of the footage for her protection, but mysteriously died from pneumonia shortly after. This was allegedly similar to how Jay-Z got rid of Kathy White.
It's a lot of precarious circumstances.
By the way, that's the same coroner that gave the findings, the real findings to Brittany Murphy's dad. The same coroner that uncovered foul play with Kim, uncovered foul play with Brittany after her father demanded it be done. I'm sure they wanted him gone. I had a very interesting conversation with someone today before you guys went live, and I'm kind of a little distracted by that because of the topic of that conversation. It's Kathy White.
Okay. Can you expand on people, for people who have lived in a rock most of their life or lived under a basement like I have? Can you just expand on some of the names when you bring them in, just for those who may not know?
Kathy White is the alleged pregnant mistress who died of an imaginary aneurysm. Just a few, 2 terms before Blue Ivy was born. You want to know the thing that most people don't understand about me, Ariel? I don't have a problem with facing my enemies. I don't have a problem with being around my enemies. Matter of fact, I engage with my enemies probably more than I do with the people that I love in my life. See, I'm old school. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
Bieber himself has alluded to the difficulties of entering the industry at such a young age, describing feelings of isolation and betrayal. Diddy is at the center of Wright's accusations, which include claims of manipulation, intimidation, and exploitation. Wright alleges that Kim Porter, Diddy's
contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow, can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No,
the
I can't explain who the person was, but Mr.
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video. And I can tell the video was pornographic in nature.
Oh my, all right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, Diddy. And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participants in the videotaping, like they're being surreptitiously
Late partner discovered disturbing videotapes involving him and young individuals. Porter reportedly made copies of the footage for her protection, but mysteriously died from pneumonia shortly afterward. Wright suggests that this incident is eerily similar to how Jay-Z allegedly dealt with Kathy White. Could Diddy have learned this from Jay-Z? It's possible. The tapes reportedly included encounters involving Diddy and young male artists, as well as an unnamed 18-year-old pop star. Recently, a lawyer discussed a case with parallels to these allegations. Could it be the very same tape? The details are beginning to sound very familiar. Wright also references the culture surrounding Diddy's infamous parties. Celebrities like LeBron James and Trey Songz have spoken positively about these events, with the phrase, "everybody knows there ain't no party like a Diddy party," becoming a common sentiment. However, Wright interprets these gatherings as environments where boundaries were crossed, especially with young talent. Candace Owens and other commentators have echoed some of Wright's claims, suggesting that certain figures like Jay-Z, Diddy, Kanye West, and LeBron James are part of a powerful network controlling Hollywood and the music industry. Owens and Wright both point to the reluctant...
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close to the bed. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it. You did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even. I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off goddamn plane. I should.
Guard stage. It's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world.
Yo, what the f did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid. Listen,
having a good time.
Of victims to come forward, attributing it to fear of retribution and the overwhelming power held by these individuals.
Girls
Wright's accusation
who was brave enough to get tapes and get what she needed to get. You understand? This is commerce. This is bank exchange on flesh and pride and ego. Tamika knew she could get Usher because she had evidence of what he was doing with the diddler. And guess what? Rather than going to the police and doing the right thing, had nothing for his stepchild. Matter of fact, I know for a fact he paid money to have that investigation shut down. And there has been talks that she was willing to sacrifice her child to get ahead. Now, don't forget, not long after that, she went into the coma. You remember she's in the coma? Because she got banished off. She had to get that plastic surgery cheap. She did. That's why she went out of country. Because she was told over here in the States that nobody would perform that ceremony. It was too dangerous for her, that surgery. It was too dangerous for her, and that went somewhere else. She kept going until she got somewhere with it, and they fixed up real good. And guess what? Not long after that, her and Usher was over. Yeah. Wasn't no love there. It's black man.
Here is the corrected and properly punctuated text in its entirety, retaining its long format. When 2 guys and 2 girls were going out, Ice Cube pulled back the curtain on Diddy's shocking secret life and revealed how many major artists he has been involved with. This revelation is—
Yeah, that is weird, man. I never knew about that, man. You never told me about that, man. But to get back to this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he also alleges that, Diddy, he would grope his genitals and he would grope his anus.
My man, I didn't understand that one right now because it's your act. His genitals is his nut. So I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing that. Where was he at? What was he doing? Because he said that they never had sex. If you read it in the thing, they never had sex. He made claims that they never had sex, but how would he grope your anus? Your asshole. How would he play with your genitals?
Yeah, it don't make sense.
It don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with 2 other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened? I think he was just trying to save face, man.
But do you think it's a possibility that he meant that, Diddy would grope his, butt, instead of anus? Because I'm trying to figure out how does that work, somebody groping your anus.
You're gonna say your butt. The lawyer would say, what do you mean? He would say, my butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks. Your 2 cheeks. He said anus. The anus is the asshole. How did he get that far? Lil Rod, you gotta say no to Diddy sometimes. No, that shit ain't funny, man. But you gotta say no.
So from you reading the lawsuit, right, you feel like he had relations with Diddy?
When me being a former investigator, I think Lil Rod was trying to save face on certain things, that he had somewhat of a relationship or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that fashion. Because there's no way that he gonna wake up and his anus is hurting and his genitals is all over the place and he's in the bed after being drunk and saying nothing happened. And you think that Diddy gonna be in the bed with 3 other men and nothing happened? It doesn't sound logical.
Is bound to shock many. The interesting part is that he's not the only person accused of such actions. Jaguar Wright, a figure known for her
But it all started when he was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff and he's in exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping. Right, he's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that. Because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, he got to go put it on the counter. And, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he going, I'm just looking at the places where he picking stuff from. But there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I'm like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said butt plugs. And I was like, hey yo. I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang, so I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said butt plugs, and he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you can do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like, he gave the guy a stack something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show.
Controversial statements about the music industry has made a series of shocking allegations involving high-profile celebrities like Usher, Jay-Z, Diddy, and others. These claims touch on alleged exploitation.
There's him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a G5 jet, and we flew to G4 jet, and we flew to North Carolina. So later on I think that afternoon, same day, this rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude, this rapper. So I'm here at the door and stuff like that, like, yeah, so then next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? And he said, Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff, they're in the room, they busy, they don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bro, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothering him. He was like, yo, I don't care, man. I'm going in there. That boot like that. I said, yo, bro, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room right there. Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed him and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, Gene, that's my cousin. He know me well. You know, and Puff was like, yo, Gene, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. He was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you ain't want to go in that room. There's a lot of freaking going on.
Manipulative behavior and harmful actions that she argues have been overlooked or silenced in Hollywood. Jaguar believes that if a victim were to come forward against Usher, it would challenge many public perceptions. She claims that Usher played a significant role in bringing Justin Bieber into Diddy's inner circle, which she describes as deeply concerning. Allegedly, Bieber's management tried to shield him from Diddy, but she states that once Usher became involved in managing Bieber, temporary guardianship was allegedly granted to Diddy for a brief period. This, she suggests, exposed Bieber to unsettling experiences. Diddy's infamous parties have recently resurfaced, raising questions about his treatment of young talent during that time. In one clip, Bieber appears uncomfortable as Diddy confronts him about not returning his calls. Wright and others interpret this as part of a larger pattern of manipulation involving young stars. Bieber himself has alluded to the difficulties of entering the industry at such a young age, describing feelings of isolation and betrayal. Diddy is at the center of Wright's accusations, which include claims of manipulation, intimidation, and exploitation. Wright alleges that Kim Porter, Diddy's late partner, discovered disturbing videotapes involving him and young individuals. Porter reportedly made copies of the footage for her protection.
Well, but yeah, with Puffy, of course, I think he gay. I think everybody around him gay, and I think you don't get to stay up around him unless you've proven that either you are with the shit or the shit don't bother you. There's not a man that I can see Diddy hanging around that I don't think he ever at least tried. He's not being your friend. I love you, Daddy. He's not like that. He's not like that. Puffy don't have a friend. Puffy don't grow up nobody. He don't love nobody. You deserve it, Daddy. He knew what he was doing. That's kind of like when you have sex with somebody or whatever, or kind of like one of the people in that community. They trying to spray you to everybody they could on the low. Like, we know, as a straight man, we know when they're trying to tell us that they're sleeping with somebody. They gonna give you attitude in front of the homeboys, cause they know, I don't give a f, like, they gonna give you one of them, cause y'all share beds together. They don't care that we know no more. It's choose, nigga. They get the same attitudes that women get. So, if you ever been around Puffy to me, and your best friends or brothers are hanging and all this other stuff, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. If you are, you are. But yeah, you either took part in some foolery, aided some foolery, enabled bad behavior, or have your own ghosts. Have your own skeletons that he allowed to, oh, I'll do this while you do that. We all good. We don't give a f. This our world. Puffy, it's an addiction. Turning people out. That was his addiction. That was his addiction. There's plenty of people that he could have. It was his addiction. Y'all don't understand. Look at Bentley and all these. Come on, man. Now that we know the monster, man, you carry the man on, brother. You was the man. I watched this man disrespect you every chance he got. Talk to you like his bitch. He talked to Harv like his bitch. He talked to D-Dot like his bitch. He talked to all them niggas like they his bitches. And now that I learned that they really were his bitches, that's why I got so much respect for Gene. Because a lot of them niggas is scared to do what Gene doing. And people like us don't fear no nigga, man. Like, we don't fear all that fake image you got, because I know it's a nigga like Gene that's making him look like he look. And then I'll see a nigga like that as him. I don't fear it. I don't care. Like, I come from that. What the people that protect him, I'm used to that. I smoke with that. I chill with that. I hang with that. We get along. It's him who not used to us. Puffy not gonna really have you around if you're not, unless you family. He not gonna have you around if you're not with the shit. I think Fonzo was his little girlfriend at one time, because you have to see how they was conducting themselves. I don't want to say that about Benny, because Benny got kids and shit. I got respect to that. He was one of the few niggas. But the way they used to carry themselves back then. And plus he had put something on his Instagram. He put something on his Instagram like 4 or 5 months ago, and he was like, don't let me tell my story or some shit like that. I heard they fell out because of he was stealing or something like that, whatever. But Nick, you hang around a nigga who don't want to pay you, giving millions of dollars away every night, acting like he can't pay you on time, want to fill your butt, all this weird ass. You gonna steal from him too, Nick.
But mysteriously died from pneumonia shortly afterward. Wright suggests that this incident is eerily similar to how Jay-Z allegedly dealt with Kathy White.
You got a lot of people, man, that's wondering why Fonzworth Bentley, why he hasn't came out and defended Diddy. They was real cool at one point, so.
Well, I was there when Fonzworth Bentley got his actual name. how they came up with the name and everything. We were sitting in front of the apartment building on 74th and Park Avenue. It was me, him, Tony De Niro. Puff was upstairs. They was trying to figure out, he had became Puff, one of Puff's personal assistants. You understand? To make sure all Puff shit is there when we get ready to go. Everything that was supposed to be in order. That was Farnsworth Bentley's job. When Puff has to go to restaurants and places like that, you know, he made sure everything was straight with that. You know what I'm saying? He had another assistant too. But Farnsworth Bentley was his personal assistant, put out his clothes, told him what he should wear, all that, like a stylist and personal assistant all together, you know? So we was in front of the house and this dude, Tony De Niro, he played guitar in that Bad Boy for Life. The black dude, not the white guy, the black dude who played the guitar, that's Tony De Niro. I think he might be from California or something. So Tony De Niro was like, yo, we gotta think of a name for you, man. And if you're gonna be his personal assistant and slash butler, slash umbrella carrier, whatever you gonna do, you understand? We gotta think of a name for you.